Good afternoon, guys. So today we're going to be talking about the Zombie Tools Xiphos, which they released some time ago. I don't remember the exact date, but it's their one-handed Greek-style two-edged sword. I want to say it's right around 26 inches long. This one belongs to a friend of mine. It used to belong to me, but I sold it to him because he kept bugging me about it, and I needed some money, and I knew he was going to take care of it, so figured he'd be a good owner for it. But we've talked about the Xiphos already, as you know. Their longer version. But we're going to talk about the Xiphos today, which for some reason I never did a review on. I don't know. I didn't own it for a terribly long time, though. As usual, it's quarter-inch 5160 steel, acid etched, with their aluminum hilt and their leather wrap. This one's been handled a decent bit, and I mean the leather wrap is still in brilliant shape. I can attest to the durability of their leather because I've been wearing this knife since September, and it's July now. I've been wearing this knife daily and using it daily, and the leather is just virtually untouched. So their leather wraps, at the very least, are really on point. But this thing is just really easy to swing. It moves really nicely. You can swing this thing around really fast. And apparently they do an option where if you ask them to, they'll put a fuller in here for an extra charge, which, if I had known, I definitely would have gone for that, because I just love fullers on the blades. Double-edged or single-edged, doesn't matter. But, overall it's a really great sword. It cuts really nicely. It's just a good sword. It's something I'd really recommend, especially if you like this kind of Greek thing, and especially if you already have a Xiphos. The ability to dual wield a Xiphos and a Xiphos, you just can't pass that up. But I mean, the edges on these will vary. Zombie Tools sometimes does really, really sharp edges on their stuff. Sometimes not quite so sharp. This one is reasonably sharp, although I could probably fix it up. It's done a bit of chopping. It needs a bit of edge work on it. But let's see where the balance is on this. Right there. Okay. But yeah, it just moves really nicely. Easy to swing around. Easy to cut with multiple directions. It just works. And they've been getting, over the years, their acid etch has just been progressing magnificently. I mean, I went to the Blade show in Atlanta a couple weekends ago, and I'm just blown away by how amazing their acid etches are becoming. I mean, when I first got into Zombie Tools a couple years ago, they were cool, but it's just getting really, really beautiful at this point, and don't know exactly how well it'll show up, but it's just a really beautiful pattern that they're able to put in this thing. Might as well do some other close-up shots while I'm here. They've got their ZT logo cut into the pommel right there. And the leather wrap. Edge on. And another thing about the Xiphos and the Xiphos is the points on these things are just unreal in how dangerous they are. I mean, these things are just stupendously pointy and ridiculously sharp, and you can do a huge amount of damage to yourself or whatever your target is if you know what you're doing. But I mean, if you're looking for a sword this length, if you're looking for not necessarily a gladius, but something in that kind of size range, I would highly recommend something like this. Well, I highly recommend this. But it's just a really beautiful sword. Um, Zombie Tools is just really on point with their craftsmanship, and they're only getting better. I have not seen a blade yet that has come out that has not been better than ones that I've seen in the past. And that's not to say that their past work has been crap. It's just to say that their present work just keeps getting better and better. Because they've been in the business for, I want to say 7 or 8, maybe 9 years now. I need to look at their website again to be sure, but they've been in business for a couple of years, and it shows. I mean, they're just turning out really, really great stuff. And they almost got their wait period down to almost nothing, but then it just shot back up again. So if you want one of these, get them while you can, because this isn't slated for retirement yet, but they do retire blades relatively frequently because every once in a while they just get bored of making them, and they like designing new blades and coming up with new ideas. And I mean, can't really blame them. If you've ever been through that process, you know what it's like, and you know that making new stuff is just a lot more interesting than making old stuff for the 1000th time. So if you want one of these, get them while you can. Anyways, have a great day.